Hello, welcome to How to Craft an Amazing CV. My name is Paul Krawitz. I'm a career consultant here at the University of Texas at Dallas University Career Center. So this is the brief version of this presentation. I invite you to review this, and if you want more information, uh, also watch the longer version that is much more detailed. Today, I just want to talk about quick tips for creating CVs, basically what, why, when, and how it's different from a resume, major sections. And I'm going to give a warning right here with CVs, every discipline is different. And so a CV for a person, for a faculty member, for example, in art, might be quite different from someone that is in physics or business or education. So just realize your discipline probably has a set of guidelines to follow. There are no universal guidelines, however, and that's interesting. That's traced back to academic freedom within higher education. And again, professional societies might provide some guidance there on within your discipline, what is a standard or a recommended format for your CV within that area. I'm going to talk a little bit about international CVs and then tips to make your CV amazing. But first of all, CV stands for curriculum vitae or curriculum vitae. It is extensive, it is detailed. CV comes from the Latin, meaning course of life or course of one's life or course of one's journey. It tells a chronological story. It's your academic formation, the knowledge that you've gained, the experience that you have, and then accomplishments. Remember, it's a personal marketing document too. It is your brand. It is basically advertising what you have to offer. Say if you're applying for a position, and it is different from a resume. Let's find out how. CVs generally are required for academic jobs, international jobs, scientific positions, or research positions. And a resume is the preferred format for pretty much everything else, or most other types of jobs outside of the areas just mentioned for CVs, at least within the US and Canada. You want to use a resume unless the application instructions specifically ask for a CV, or it's optional that they'll accept one or the other, and then you'll need to make a decision on that. So how is a resume different from a CV? Three major areas: the length, the number of pages, what's included, and then the purpose. So the number of pages of resume is very concise. It's very to the point. It's generally a global document. It highlights your competence. It's generally 2 pages maximum. And for new graduates, we recommend 1 page maximum. If somebody's been in their field for several years with a lot of experience, then maybe they'll have a 1.5 to 2 page resume. But in general, it shouldn't exceed 2 pages. Now, on the other hand, a CV has no limit. There is no page limit. It is so detailed that it could be 2 pages, it could be 22 pages. So there is absolutely no page limit. What should it include? So the resume generally has a summary. It has a list of experiences, maybe work experience, research experience, things along those lines, education, degrees obtained, and it's competency based. It's a list of one's competencies. Now, a CV, again, each discipline's a little bit different. There's no strict guidelines, but it's credentials and more. And in a minute, I'll provide additional details on what major categories are typically included in CVs. The last thing is the purpose. So resume is for most jobs, and the goal is to forward career attainment, to move forward in the process, ultimately to obtain an interview. The purpose of a CV, it's a list. It's a chronological list of one's professional journey, their academic and professional accomplishments. And again, it's usually required for academic jobs. So what should you include? A professional summary or profile is usually included at the top, and that's usually customized for the job that you're seeking. Education is usually one of the major categories listed first. So the degrees earned, employment and professional experience, scholarly activities or research, and that may include books, articles, journals, presentations, grants, things along those lines. Then another major section would be instructional activities or teaching, and that might be courses taught, courses created, curriculum development, maybe accreditation related things, and then service. And that might be committee involvement, say at the department or school or university level, or maybe the person is involved in professional associations and volunteer their time with their specific professional association. And then generally there's an honors and awards area. Other things that might be on there, certifications and licenses that the person has obtained, professional memberships or affiliations or professional activities, any additional training and qualifications. And I just repeat that is very discipline specific. And so, you might consult a career consultant here in the Career Center. You might talk to your faculty member. You might do online research, or you might look at, guidelines from your professional association. I want to touch just a second here on international CVs because they are different. So say you're applying for an international position and they request a CV. Just know that in many other countries outside the US and Canada, a CV may be formatted more like a resume. And the major difference is other countries are unfettered by employment discrimination laws that we have here in the United States. So they might require more personal information. And this might be a picture or a headshot, which we do not recommend in the United States on resumes or CVs. The date of birth, nationality, marital status, number of children, all those things might be requested. So don't be shocked if you see that, those requirements identified for a position. Finally, what makes your CV stand out? Well, it's marketing you. It should be as perfect as possible. So it should be organized and there should be no errors. There should be no spelling problems or formatting, margin issues. So when you're done with it, make sure you spell check, make sure to have someone else read it, a proofreader. There's career consultants here at the UCC that would be happy to proofread your CV. It should be easy to read and follow. It should have a logical format. Again, follow the directions on the application for the position. Make sure you're providing everything they're asking for. It should be informational and it should be applicable for the position you're applying for. You may want to customize your CV based on the particular job description or requirements of the position. I'd also suggest that you consider star statements for your accomplishments. So perhaps under work experience, you have bullets and you want to highlight some significant accomplishments. So the STAR method is you identify a situation and task, the action that you did, and the result of that action. It should be customized for the position that you're seeking, and consider, the most important stuff or items should be listed first. And, in the CV, you want to emphasize your growth. Maybe you've had promotions over time. Maybe you earned additional degrees. So, it should highlight growth and, promotions within your field. So those are the sources of this short presentation here that I used. If you would like further information or would want to talk to someone one-on-one about CVs, maybe brainstorming formatting, what's common in your discipline, or to have it reviewed, then feel free to make an appointment with a career consultant here at the University Career Center. You would do this by just simply logging into Handshake. You would go to the appointments section for the University Career Center, and you would schedule an appointment based on the category and appointment type that you are seeking and identifying the best date and time that works for you. So thank you for attending this presentation. If you'd like more information, feel free to view the longer version of how to craft an amazing CV. Thank you very much.